Another scene from Cobra Kai Season 5 has been officially released by Netflix, and today we're going to break it down. Hi, I'm Ken Cole, and if you're a fan of Cobra Kai, you've come to the right place. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new Cobra Kai content going forward. Today, Netflix has released a brand new scene between Daniel and Chozen, and if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and click here. And now we are going to break this scene down. Okay, in this first shot, we see Chozen standing in front of Daniel's Miyagi-Do gi that he wore back in the original Karate Kid movies. And Chozen says, Kim Sun-young was a master of Tang Soo Do, but that is not what he taught. His style was controversial. Okay, so the first thing you notice is that Chozen knows who Master Kim Sun-young is. And if you remember, that is the same karate master that Terry Silver says was his and John Kreese's teacher.
My master is Kim Sun-young of South Korea.
And we now know is confirmed to be the grandfather of the new character, Sensei Kim Da-eun. We can see from Chozen that Master Kim wasn't perhaps respected by other karate masters. So how does Chozen know this? I know this has been a topic of conversation. I think some people have been wondering if there was a feud between Miyagi-Do and Master Kim that went back decades, but I think the answer is actually a bit more simple than that. If you remember in Karate Kid 2, Chozen taught at his uncle's dojo. His uncle was Master Sato, who was Miyagi's best friend, and they both learned under Miyagi's father. So Sato taught a version of Miyagi-Do, and Chozen also taught that style. And here's the key. Sato's dojo was the largest in Okinawa, and he taught U.S. military. We know from the flashbacks in Cobra Kai Season 3 that Captain Turner learned under Master Kim.
So I learned Tang Soo Do during the Korean War under Master Kim Sun-young.
So he taught U.S. military, and then that's confirmed when Terry Silver says to Kim Da-eun that Master Kim taught U.S. military. So what we have is two dojos and two masters, one Master Sato in Okinawa and the other Master Kim in South Korea. So both of these dojos were approved by the U.S. military to teach soldiers. This has to be a special group of masters. They must know about each other. They must know about each other's styles. So I think it makes perfect sense that Chozen knows exactly who Master Kim is, not just because they both taught U.S. military, but Chozen and Sato may have run into soldiers that learned under Master Kim, and they may have seen Master Kim's techniques through those soldiers. I'm sure that world of dojos that is qualified to teach U.S. military is probably small, but this has really interesting implications that we'll get back to in just a minute. Let's continue. So we can see Daniel ask what was so controversial about it, and you can tell how interested he is. He wants to know exactly why it's controversial, because it's the style that spawned John Kreese and Terry Silver. So Chozen says, I will demonstrate. So he feels the best way to teach Daniel is to just show him. So Daniel agrees. They bow. And then right as they start to bow, Chozen violates that respect and strikes Daniel when he's weakest, when he's not looking. So Chozen grabs Daniel by the throat and takes him down to the ground. Daniel looks completely surprised and caught off guard, and Daniel's throat is still smarting by the time he gets up. And here is where Chozen reveals that Kim Sun-young's style is based on deception, which immediately makes perfect sense if we know Terry Silver and how he operates. Terry Silver is a master of deception. So the fact that we now know that Kim Sun-young, the teacher of John Kreese and Terry Silver, is steeped in deception and teaches those values, we can see what Miyagi said about teachers back in the day in Karate Kid 1.
No such thing, bad student, only bad teacher. Teacher say, student do.
So to me, it looks like Terry Silver really took Master Kim's teachings to heart, and he may be one of Master Kim's greatest students. And Chozen says no honor and no mercy. We've heard no mercy quite a bit from John Kreese. But this is the first time we've heard about a lack of honor, because it seems like John Kreese himself has a sense of honor. He's a soldier. He has a sense of loyalty. He has a sense of duty, and he wants that out of his students. So if there's truly no honor in Master Kim's style, it seems like John Kreese has changed it a bit to suit his purposes and his own sensibilities. So maybe the same way Johnny wanted to change Cobra Kai, John Kreese changed Master Kim's style, so there would be some element of honor, some element of duty and respect. On the other hand, this lack of honor seems to fit Terry Silver to a T. Terry will do whatever he needs to do in order to get ahead or to suit his own goals. This also brings up the clip we saw last week where Terry Silver was talking to Sensei Kim. the granddaughter of Master Kim Sun-young, and he was offering her a 50% stake in Cobra Kai. And when that doesn't work, when she says she doesn't want money, he offers her a sense of legacy for Master Kim and his style. If Terry Silver is such a good student of Master Kim, is he being deceptive? Is he being manipulative? Is this how Terry Silver became a master businessman and became so rich? Because he was a master manipulator and deceiver. And is he deceiving Sensei Kim when he's making these offers? Of course, Sensei Kim Da-eun is the granddaughter of Master Kim, so she likely has learned his lessons maybe even better than Terry. So you have to watch out for Sensei Kim because she might be more deceitful and more manipulative than Terry could ever dream. So what Chozen says basically reveals that both Terry Silver and Sensei Kim Da-eun, if they are true students of Master Kim Sun-young, they believe in no mercy, no honor. They're very dangerous. They're master manipulators and deceivers. They are a dangerous combination. Okay, let's see what's next. Daniel says, you could have just told me. So Daniel was a little miffed that Chozen did that, although Chozen did make his point very well, I think. And here Chozen says, if Silver is a student of Master Kim, we must be careful. All direct attacks will be recognized. And if you'll remember, that's how Johnny wanted to take care of Terry Silver when he was talking with Daniel. We just got to go right up to Terry Silver and take it to him. We have to strike first.
Look, if you're so worried about this son of a bitch, why don't we go down there and kick his ass right now?
Because that's exactly what he wants.
And Daniel even knew back then that no, that is just not how it works. You don't strike first with this guy. So now we can see why Johnny's approach didn't work for him against Terry Silver. And so Chozen has given us a new insight that you can't just go right at them. You can't just strike first with them. And so Daniel says, I don't want to attack him. I want to expose him. And this is different than what we've seen before in the trailer, where Daniel said he wants to cut the head off the snake. That seemed a bit more ruthless. Here, Daniel says that he just wants to expose him. So this seems like a softer approach. And I don't know if this is before the scene where he says they have to cut the head off the snake, or maybe Daniel's meaning two different things. But the idea that Daniel just wants to expose Terry Silver instead of attacking him, that does seem a bit more like Mr. Miyagi, in that he doesn't want to fight. He almost wants to proceed defensively and not attack him physically, but just reveal everything that Terry Silver's done. Reveal how deceitful he is, and maybe make people realize that they can't trust him, that he's bad news. Then Chozen says, to catch a serpent, you must think like a serpent. And he says, we will use his style against him. And Daniel says, how will we do that? And then Chozen just smiles. So I think a lot of people would be excited that Chozen seems to have the key to Terry Silver's vulnerability. But there are a few things to keep in mind. Chozen, as we talked about before, may know of Master Kim Sun-young from his time teaching U.S. military and being aware of the different styles that U.S. military learn. At the same time, that cuts both ways. What Chozen might not realize is that Sensei Kim, who's just arrived from South Korea, may well know all about Master Sato from Okinawa, and that Master Kim taught his granddaughter all about Master Sato's style, about how Master Sato taught U.S. military, and she may even be familiar with Chozen, if Chozen taught at that dojo and continued to teach there after the events of Karate Kid Part 2. So what Daniel and Chozen need to keep their eyes open for is the fact that Sensei Kim may know all about Miyagi-Do. They may know all about Chozen and Sato and how they would approach a fight. And they may be more prepared for Daniel and Chozen than they realize. So while it looks very promising for Daniel and Chozen in this scene right now, I think they have to be very careful, and I wouldn't be surprised if they run into a lot of problems going forward facing Sensei Kim. And if Sensei Kim shares that knowledge with Terry Silver, he could wreak havoc on Daniel and Chozen, and it could be a big mess for them going forward. Okay, so what does this mean? To catch a serpent, you have to think like a serpent. What could Chozen be planning? We talked before about how there are scenes in the trailer where we have these senseis from the other dojos like Locust Valley, and perhaps he wants to go in and pose as a sensei who wants to teach at Cobra Kai. It's interesting that Chozen brings up this idea of thinking like a serpent, because if he encourages Daniel to start being deceptive or thinking like a serpent, maybe that's trouble for Daniel as well, because we see Daniel might be going off the rails. And as Terry Silver said back in season 4, Daniel was very much tempted by Cobra Kai. So if Daniel starts to think in that serpent-like mindset, Daniel may have trouble dealing with that mentally. And then, of course, Chozen, he's an amazing fighter. He looks very well-rounded and grounded. But if he's going into a pit of cobras, is Chozen going to be able to hold out there? Is he going to be able to hold his own against possibly 7, 8 different serpents that could be coming at him? It's going to be challenging, and it could be quite perilous for both Chozen and Daniel. So I love this scene. I love how Daniel and Chozen are plotting against Terry Silver and Sensei Kim. They want to try to take them down. But I really love how this scene is giving a lot of lore to the Cobra Kai fighting style. And finally, we are going to learn more about this master that was mentioned just briefly in Karate Kid 3. Zach Robinson, who's one of the composers of the Cobra Kai series, tweeted today that there's a new theme in this scene. So if you watch this scene again, listen to the music. And what could this be? I'm guessing this is a theme for Master Kim, or his fighting style, or his legacy. So this might mean that we'll hear this theme when not only they talk about Master Kim, but potentially when we see new Sensei Kim Da-eun, we may see flashbacks with Kreese and Terry Silver and Master Kim, which would be so exciting to me personally. So it looks like if this is a theme, Master Kim Sun-young, the barely mentioned character in Karate Kid 3, could be revealed as the originator of the Cobra Kai fighting style, as the original bad teacher of Terry Silver and John Kreese that has affected generations. And now what's at stake is that this style of no honor and no mercy could infect the Valley and whole new generations of students. So this is really epic, really exciting. Please let me know what you think in the comments. We're so close to the premiere of season 5. It's very exciting. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We have lots of stuff coming up, including more KenCasts, where we have live discussions that go into even more detail about this. And if you can't wait for Cobra Kai season 5, the next thing you should watch is Cobra Kai right now. See you next time.